Harrison Thorp publishes the Rochester Voice, a digital daily newspaper in Rochester, New Hampshire.
9,000 visits a day. A lot of people in Rochester read the Rochester Voice.
Despite his readership and success, there is a small problem for Mr. Thorp. While the Voice mostly covers Rochester and is incorporated in the Granite State, the City of Rochester has decided that because his home address is just across the border in Maine, he should not receive the same access to public documents that a New Hampshire citizen would receive.
They said, through investigation, we have found out that you are not a citizen of New Hampshire, and therefore you will no longer get right-to-know documents. And that stands to this day.
As independent local media, the Rochester Voice does not have a multi-million-dollar legal department, but that did not stop Harrison's fight. He represented himself in front of New Hampshire's right-to-know ombudsman.
But I ended up going to the ombudsman. He found that I had the wherewithal. He said I had, quote, unquote, the standing to do what he is trying to do in Rochester. But I can't make a decision because that is up to the legislature or the judiciary. The city attorney here had appealed the ombudsman's decision. The judge did a wonderful thing for the Rochester Voice because he took what the ombudsman said that Mr. Thorp has the standing, and he kind of like put it all through his decision. He had a very robust criticism for the city of Rochester. Judge Will has seen me in his courtroom dozens of times. He said the Rochester Voice, in fact, is a viable digital daily for the city of Rochester. And even though the city of Rochester still does not fully recognize me with the 91A protections, Judge Will made me feel good that day.
Despite supportive findings from the right-to-know ombudsman and the Strafford County Superior Court, Harrison still finds himself stonewalled on many of his Rochester document requests.
I've made the same right-to-know request 2 or 3 times, and they never say a word. They don't say there's no documents. They don't say it's too broad. They just don't answer my request.
Local journalists like Harrison Thorp rely on access to public records in their quest to let the public know about their government's business.
People want the truth. People want to have government accountable. They don't feel like they may have this government, the city of Rochester, is accountable. And that's frustrating to a lot of people, and me.
The New Hampshire Municipal Association has referenced the Superior Court decision in their guidance to municipalities regarding situations like Harrison Thorp's.
I guess they don't follow their own advice that the NHMA gives them right on their website. So it's ludicrous, it's laughable, it's still happening to me. I don't know what else to say.
Harrison Thorp continues his fight to let the citizens of Rochester know what their government is up to. With some supportive legislators in Concord, he hopes the law can be changed to allow himself and journalists like him to continue their work.